Hey guys, before you even ask, my tooth, I kind of got in a wreck and I chipped my tooth, so don't ask about it, please. I'm here today to tell you about my story. I'm Taylor Wells. I'm 13 years old and my birthday is May 16th. And so I guess just start at the beginning, because, every good story should start at the beginning, right? When Mom got pregnant with me, my mom and dad weren't married. And my dad didn't really want another kid. So, yeah. Mom told him he didn't have to be there, but he started thinking about it, right? I mean, what would you do? You start thinking about it. And he finally decided after a few weeks that he was going to be a part of my life. But only because he found out that if you don't pay child support and when the kid turns 18, they can come after you for 18 years of child support. So, yeah. I mean, oh well, right? What are you going to do? Can't do anything about your parents. Whatever. And so after I was born, I was like 2 or 3. My parents decided to get married because everything was going good and all that wonderful stuff, and they weren't really fighting, and everything was just great, right? I was the flower girl, and I guess I got bored because, I ran away from the wedding. And my mom's friend found me at, I don't even know, I think it's like behind dumpsters, but I honestly don't remember. But that's just a story I've been told, and they found me crying, and they brought me back, and all of that. And yeah, to this day, I have abandonment issues. Oh well. And then I was about 5, and so they'd been married for 2-3 years, and they started fighting again. Crap happens. And they were fighting every night. I couldn't really remember what they were fighting about. I was 5, but I knew they were fighting, and it was kind of scaring me. I was like, I really don't know what's going on. And so then my dad finally pulled the last straw. He promised my mom another kid, which I don't really understand because, if you didn't want to have a kid in the first place with her, then why would you promise her another one? Not even going to go into that. No. But I really didn't understand that. But, my dad likes to please people, but he doesn't always follow through, so. But that was the final straw for my mom, and so she and I left. We found a new house, and my neighbor was this guy named Elijah, and he was a great friend. We hung out just about every day. He would walk over to my house and say, "Hey, can Taylor come out and play?" And we just had a great time together. And my mom and his mom got along together really well. They became really good friends, and so that all worked out really well. And then I started going to school, and I had a friend. Her name was Michaela. So at this point, I had, 2 friends? And so halfway through my kindergarten year, we got in an argument. I don't remember what it was about anymore, but we got in an argument and we stopped hanging out. So I was back to only having one friend. And Elijah's 2-3 years younger than me, so he wasn't in my class. So it was different. But he would always come over and we'd always hang out and stuff. And after I really didn't become friends with anybody else after kindergarten to 3rd grade, I kind of decided I didn't really want to go to that school anymore. I wasn't making friends. I was doing great in my academics and all, but I wasn't having a good time. So I decided, you know what, let's move schools. And so I moved schools, and it was better. I still hung out with Elijah and all, but, it was better. The kids were more accepting. They were nicer. I made more friends there, but, I don't talk to them to this day. I may chat on Facebook, "Hey, how's life been going?" Stuff like that, but it's not like I talk to them every day. I miss them so much. They were good friends, but they weren't the kind that you keep forever. And so after, I was having a pretty good time there, and I was about to go into the the middle school. So I was going into the 6th grade. And my mom decided to move me from Plano, Dallas area to a little small town in Oklahoma. And so we moved over the 4th of July weekend. And, that was a big culture shock. We lived in the middle of nowhere. The cart was bouncing all over the place to get anywhere. It took like 5 minutes to get to the nearest, it actually it takes 10 minutes to get to the nearest store. Just little stuff like that. And it was a lot different. And I hadn't really started school yet because we moved during the summer. And so school started. And, with little schools, the new kid is the big news, and you're like the most popular kid in the school for the first week. And even after the first week, I made some friends. And then, in my 7th grade year, my mom decided she didn't really like my friends. So I had to make new friends. So I started going to church and making new friends. And, I did. I made some really good friends. And I am still friends with them today. I'm friends with the people who most people aren't friends with. Because I remember how it felt to be left out and nobody really hanging out with you just because you're different or you're weird. So I kind of hang out with those kids. And everybody's kind of accepted where I go to school because we're all so different and we know that, and my school has mental issues. Stopping there. And, so I'm friends with those people. And then this year, my mom told me I couldn't go to church anymore. So I stopped going to church, and so right now I'm just kind of going through life because my mom's always pressuring me about my college scholarships and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm in 8th grade. I know I have to think about that and all, but I kind of I get straight A's without studying or anything. I could do better. They are low A's, but low A's, really, what parent would complain about that? But my mom makes the best out of me. So I guess she's doing it for my own good, and blah, 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 blah. But I really don't appreciate it sometimes, But I do love my mom. I love my friends. And my dad, well, my grandma still lives with us, too. Or did I even tell you she moved in with us? Yeah, she moved in with us. And she still lives with us. And my dad, I still see him on occasion. We go up and we visit his side of the family every once in a while. I see him maybe 4 or 5 times a year. It's not bad because he moved to New Mexico, and I'm living in Oklahoma, so, you gotta do what you gotta do, and it costs a lot of money to get from New Mexico to Oklahoma, so, But this really wasn't a sad story. I've had a pretty good life, and so usually when you see videos like this, they usually have little note cards, and I made those, and then I was like, no, I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to drop them. I'm going to mix them up. So I made them. I just decided not to use them. I kind of used them as where I was going with my story. And so I just kind of decided to change it, make it a little bit happier. And I just wanted y'all to know that if y'all need a friend, I'm here for you. Because I'm not going to judge you no matter what you've done. A lot of my friends have gotten into some pretty bad stuff. And I've tried my hardest to help them through it. And I guess I did a pretty good job because I still have those friends. And, I'm here for you. And if you really think there's nobody there for you, nobody needs you, I just want you to look in the mirror. Because the person looking back at you is the person that needs you the most. Because in order for them to live, you have to live. You have to be worth something. So they need you more than anybody else. So just keep that in mind. And if you need a friend, you can talk to me. Alright, so that's all I've got to say. So, bye.